12:40 in the afternoon, in the process of making meal one. These apples have started to get a bit, they started to lose their freshness. They don't taste so fresh anymore. So I was thinking I can make a smoothie. I've used 3 apples. The amount is basically full up. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm not gonna add these in. I'll have those separately. I used this milk. I didn't have any almond milk, so I might use that instead. I don't think that's much of a problem though. Then I've got this ice to make it more fresh. Make it cooler as well. And also more liquid. But that'd be over a while. Anyway, I'm gonna have that smoothie, do these apple segments, and sandwich I'm in the process of eating. These white bits aren't mold, it's from the smoothie. So it's fine, it's still edible, but yeah, those white bits are there because of the smoothie. I tried dipping some of the parts on the plate in the smoothie to add it in and make it a part of the smoothie, but I just thought it was enough. Yeah, here we are. This is what's going down, and then to go out my way to make the sandwich healthier, I've got the spinach, and I'll have that with some mayo and some butter and some chicken as well. Yeah. Right, meal one ready to go. I'll put that on a plate. I think that part of the table actually could have a little bit of water on it. Oops. But yeah, I'll put that on a plate, and then I have the apples and the smoothie with it. I'll probably eat this over more than one sitting. But yeah, that's it. That's the meal one. After this clip, I'll clean up and make this place more organized. Meal one, 12:45 p.m. I just wanted to make a quick couple of notices for the spinach. This is the first one. There was a little bit of dirt on the spinach. I could see it. I tried rubbing it off, and I was telling myself, please rinse it. I didn't. But the reason why I didn't was because it was already on the butter, so I was like, okay, well, no, it's already got some butter in it, may as well have it. The second one is this. This is actually on the top of an apple. One of these, one of them. It was on the top of one of these apples, but it still tastes fine, so I think it's okay. This is probably and this is probably 2 meals, not one, but. If I can eat this, but I feel full after it, which I'm feeling full already, then I'll just leave this alone. And I want to make a notice about multitasking. Before I do, I wanted to talk about the chicken. The chicken did seem a bit wet, but I think it was wet because of sauce. Not because it was started to go off or anything like that. I didn't taste anything foul, so I think it's fine. I think I'll be alright, but if I'm not, I'll certainly find out. Yeah, but as for the multitasking thing now, I'll do it now, even though I was doing something else. So I'll talk about it now. I'll only take a couple of minutes. Pardon me again. Okay, so I was watching a Dr. K video from Dr. K from Healthy Gamer GG, as I do, and I saw a video about habits that destroy your productivity, and one of them, that's the title of the video, by the way, and one of them is multitasking. I didn't realize that I was doing this, but I think I genuinely could have been. When I wanted to make the notes about the spinach having dirt on it and the part of the apple which I showed, I was eating at the same time, but I was expecting myself to do it. Even though I was eating, I was expecting myself to do 2 things at once. I didn't think, until I caught myself, I didn't think, how can I talk with such a big mouthful? And even more generally speaking, without the context of this situation, how can I expect myself to do 2 things at once? My hand is really hurting. You could even say I wanted to talk about multitasking, but then I was looking at my hand. My hand was hurting. It could be from all that headstand stuff, but notice how I'm talking about that and not the stuff that I was just talking about earlier in the kitchen. It can only really do one thing at a time, or one thing at once, rather. I didn't think that I'd be multitasking, but I remember I was checking for something on the phone on one end, and then on the another one I remember is I was exporting a video and uploading that on the phone. That's the 2-hour video that I made recently that I uploaded today. And I was watching YouTube at the same time. And even within that not event, is within that same period, that same time, before going to bed or before going to sleep, past like past 2 in the morning today, I also remember looking to see if someone had written back to me whilst I was watching YouTube as well. And after watching that video, I then, with that memory, I then caught myself and thought, oh, okay, so I have been multitasking, or at least I could have been. And I still look to see if someone wrote back to me, but I made more progress in that sense because I've now realised potentially, this is not fact, it's opinion, potentially one of the main reasons as to why I kept on going through this cycle in which I complain about how much, or how little rather, I in my mind thought I was doing, was partly because of that. That's where it could have started. But I'd start off with trying to do more than one thing at once, maybe try and do the self-assessment quiz and upload a video onto YouTube at the same time, for example. But then I'd wonder why I wonder why I'd be finding it challenging to actually get the quiz done. It's because it's trying to do more than one thing at once. Oh my gosh, my hand again. I think I'm gonna take it easy. I'll take today easy because of this pain I'm feeling in my hand. I'll let it be. I'll let it be. I won't do any headstand stuff today. I might not actually train today at all because of this. I'll probably give it a rest day or something. And or at least with hand related stuff I can do. I can do legs. I can do ab exercises if I wanted to, for example. I apologise for the silence. Alright, let's keep talking again. I was thinking of saying, the reason why I paused was because I was thinking of what I was saying earlier, but I've now actually forgot. The point I wanted to make was, I think in my mind, I could have been talking down to myself. I said in my mind something that I said earlier, and then I added mate at the end as if I was talking down to myself. In a condescending tone? Yes, I could say that. I think that'll do it, yeah. That's why I paused. But anyway, getting back to it. Let's carry on talk. I'm going to carry on talking about productivity then. So if I go out of my way to at least single task, do one thing at a time, more often, that's a start. And then eventually I'll be making efficient systems around that, doing one thing at a time, going out of my way to do one thing at once. Yeah, I think that's gonna help me, and then I won't be putting myself through the cycle where I'll be complaining about how much, or in my mind, how little I've done, as I said. And then, as I be single tasking, getting things done, I would, so that I don't invalidate myself and devalue the progress that I would have made, I'd validate it. I could tell myself, well done. I can give myself a high five, self hug, maybe play with my toys, my kids' toys. Give myself at least some way to meet my needs for physical affection, because I can't remember the last time I got a hug from family at all, really. I don't remember. Maybe over a month. But this will do. It'll get the job done. It'll get the job done. Later on, when I move out, what I could do is I could buy myself a big teddy bear, and if I think I'm willing to take on the responsibility, get myself a dog. Maybe a cat as well, just to see what it's like to raise a cat. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that'll probably be quite a different experience, raising a cat compared to raising a dog. I wouldn't think that they'd act the same. They'd still give physical affection, but not necessarily in the same way. I don't know. On YouTube, I can't say I've seen many men raise cats. Not to say that isn't happening, but maybe in my mind I've stereotyped and thought, it's ladies that raise cats. I've finished talking about the productivity stuff, by the way. Maybe I stereotyped and thought, it's ladies that raise cats. Even with the red pill or the manosphere stuff, there's this. It's actually almost derogatory for a lady to have many different cats, because they make it seem like if a lady, particularly a lady that would be considered middle-aged, or maybe even going on elderly, having many different cats, maybe say 8+, or maybe even 3+ is derogatory. Like the term faggot is it make it seem like if you as a lady have many different cats, you're this cat lady, like how a homosexual guy is a faggot, or is seen as a faggot by some people. Yeah, I've never questioned, why is that something to be shunned? I think the reasoning for why they would look down on it is because they would say that the reason why that lady has all of those cats in the first place is only because she can't get a man. I disagree with that reasoning for a couple of reasons at least. I mean, first of all, I don't think there's such a thing as getting a man, nor is there such a thing as getting a woman. I don't believe that there's such a thing, because I don't believe people, regardless of gender, race, religion, blah, 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 are possessions to acquire. So I agree with it on that front in terms of getting a man. And secondly, just because that's their reasoning doesn't necessarily mean that that's the actual reasoning for why a lady might have more than 2 cats, for example. She might actually love cats because she loves cats, not because she's tried searching to get a man and it hasn't seemed to work out for her, specifically because of her age and because she's hit the wall or she's gone past the walls, something like that. That could be the case, that a lady is seen as less attractive sexually from an objective standpoint as a lady ages, because the skin's going to become more wrinkly, just like how a guy's skin would. So she's going to look objectively less attractive from that alone, because signs of fertility is youth. Signs that your potential mate, the person that you might want to have kids with, would successfully be able to give birth to a child, is signs of youth. One of which would be clear youthful skin. It looks like I've got a little bit of, would I say wrinkles? I don't know. I wouldn't say stretch marks. I don't know. Maybe it's just, I don't think it's extra skin. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Although her being seen as objectively more unattractive past a certain age could be a reason as to why she's going to get her needs for physical affection met through having many different animals. Maybe being a cat lady doesn't necessarily mean that's the only reason. It's quite an inconsiderate way of thinking, I think. Quite flawed, because it doesn't take any other potential reason into account. It's just it's like they think these people who are red-pilled or who are in the manosphere think that if a lady is a cat lady, it's only because she has hit the wall, stuff like this, when that absolutely isn't necessarily the case. There could be other reasons for it, and it could also be that they think they're right, pardon me, and there's no other reason for why a lady would have that many cats. Also, on the flip side, would it then be derogatory for a man to have that many cats, more than 2? That could be, in the red pill manosphere space, that could be seen as less derogatory, because it could be basically like an idea that doesn't even exist, that quite a few people might not even know of. Just like a lady can have more than 2 cats, a guy can have more than 2 cats. Are you gonna call him a cat man because he's got more than 2 cats? I don't think so. An individual from that who is red pill and who is in that manosphere space, we'll probably just call him a man, or an individual, really. But then if it's a lady doing it, oh no, she's a cat lady. 6:54 p.m. according to the time on the tablet. I've got this going on. The curry chicken's prepared. I've used the sunflower oil cooking spray for both the salmon and the chicken. I used this for the fish, by the way. I just saw the black pepper there. I was thinking, why not just use it? I was opportunistic with it. Saw these, I thought, yeah, may as well. I was thinking of adding lemon, but I just didn't bother going to see if I had any lemon juice, which I'm almost certain I do. However, I'll be putting this in the oven. Got it preheated a little bit for a couple of minutes at, I'd say, around 175 degrees, and I'm just gonna let it cook. I'm not giving a time limit or anything. I just let it do its thing. The chicken's gonna take longer to cook than the salmon because it's larger, so I'm gonna keep it higher up than the salmon. But for now, I'm just gonna let it do its thing whilst I've just seen some chips and some spring rolls, so I'm gonna have that with some sauce. Condiments, of course, ketchup, mayo, or something like that. I don't actually know if there is ketchup. There's some Heinz or something. I'm almost certain that there's some brown rolls, 50%, but that's just, this right here is just, yeah. It says 50% less sugary salt, but it tastes more salty than the original ketchup, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want that. So instead have some other sauce for experience. Yeah, and it's not off. I always check. No, I've been checking pretty consistently, at least. That's all. Now just put some butter on that, probably some sour cream on the bread, and then that will be the meal. Not the healthiest of meals, but it will do. I've got the curry there ready, so I'm not going to go out of my way to make this meal healthier by adding spinach into it, because I want to go out of my way to make the meals healthier slowly. So I'm just going to add some butter and put some salad cream in there, and then put some other sauces on top, and then that will be it. When I opened the bread, not the bread box, but the packaging, the loaf of bread packaging, it didn't seem hot. So I think it's going to be a bit difficult for bacteria to breed, which is great. Helpful, healthy. Some bread maybe yesterday was off, but when I opened it, it was quite hot. Not hot, but warm. That's it. Warm to the touch. This bread wasn't. So I think it'll be all good. I think I'll be all right. I've got to be careful with using that word good. What does that mean? It's so vague. And then again, I could say that for saying the word all right. I won't be sick, basically, that's what I mean. By using that word. But here you go. I didn't have any reason for putting mayo. I thought I was going to put salad cream on there, but the mayo was there. I put the mayo was there. I put the mayo there, and rather conveniently, without thinking about it, I just poured the mayo on top. That's the bread. And at 7 o'clock, according to the time of the war, this is my meal. And then, whilst having that, I'm cooking this for tomorrow. I'll cook the rice and curry tomorrow, even though I plan to cook it today, because I don't want to be staying up until like 9 o'clock cooking a curry and trying to cook a curry rather, because I don't know how that recipe will go. That recipe being what I've got here. Oh, I thought I was gonna add chili powder to the salmon, but I forgot. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have this milk now. I'm feeling really thirsty, so I need some water to allow my neck to relax as well after all of that headstand practice. I've got some amazing news for that video for today's daily log for the day 340 part 2, which I'll talk about. It's just the fact that I've been able to do a headstand on the wall completely now. Not caught on camera because the phone died, but I have been able to do it, and I'll show myself doing it tomorrow when going to the gym if my neck feels all right, to show that I actually can do the headstand on the wall completely now. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself some water, and this is gonna be meal 2, I think. Probably according to the clock on the wall, 7:01 in the evening. Yeah, this is how I'm gonna have the meal. And on a side note, as I was emptying out the salmon from the packaging, I cut it open, poured out the juice, took the salmon out, and then dished it onto the already prepared tray with the kitchen foil and the cooking spray. I just saw this and I thought I'd make a note of that. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna have the meal now. By the way, this is what the duck spring rolls look like on the inside, with a little bit of salad cream on top. Come on, focus. Nope. Yeah. I didn't actually count how many spring rolls there were. I just dished everything onto the plate. I took the paper off. That was soaking up the oil of the chips and the spring rolls. I didn't count. I just saw it and took it and thought, yep, that's going to be a meal. Anyway, I'm going to carry on eating this. I'm not sure if I said, but they're duck spring rolls. Also, I think they are anyway. There's the packaging that I saw in the freezer, so I think they are. Never mind, they're not all duck spring rolls as I thought they were. I don't know how long it's been, but it's 7:43 now. I want to try out some of this chicken, see if it's safe to eat. But just thought of doing that now. Seeing as it's on the fire, I just remembered. It does look a bit wet and it feels a bit soft, so I don't think it's completely done, but certainly making its progress, that's for sure. Seeing as it's black on the, not black, but browning on the outside. And completely white on the inside, regardless of light. Yeah. Alright, let's try some of this. Very soft. Very soft. Oh, farted again. Farted again. But yeah, it's done. Definitely done. I'll let that cook for a few minutes longer. Let's check the salmon down. Yeah, the salmon's looking done. Alright, I'll let that go for maybe like 10 minutes and then that'll be it. I'll cook the curry tomorrow, yeah. 11, small snack. It's probably the last meal of the day, honestly. No chocolate spread, so having strawberry jam instead. Oh, I didn't even see this one. I didn't see that. This one was here. This one was here. Not like that. I think it was maybe turned like that or something. I saw that one, but I did not see that strawberry jam there. I didn't have to dig, but anyway, yeah, this probably should be the last clip of the video, so if it is, I'll end the video here and say, this is it. I'll have some water to drink with this or something, maybe, yeah, I think I'll leave it at this. I think this should be the last video of the day, and if it is, I'll say peace. I'm thinking of making it the last video of the day and uploading this video right after making this clip so that I actually don't have another sandwich with the 2 slices of bread that I left, but I'm gonna give myself that space to actually have them. If I do want to, I'm feeling hungry. I'm feeling very thirsty, not hungry. I need some. I need a drink. I'm gonna get myself some milk. You have to be quick with it because the battery's gonna die very soon. Yeah, that's more than enough. Right, here you go. If this is the last video of the day, this is it. It's gonna be me saying, this is me signing out, and cheers to going out my way to eating more healthily with more meals slowly but surely over the days. Yeah, cheers. On a side note, this is for the curry for tomorrow, and then the salmon's here for the same thing. Yeah. The chicken's gonna go in a bag, just like how the salmon has. Hence, the bags are out. I put the chicken in the bag, which I'm now putting in the bin, because I put it in the bag whilst it was hot, but so I waited for it to cool down on this plate. It's now ready, but yeah, anyway, this should be the last clip of the video, and if it is, it's me signing out. Cheers, eating more healthily, slowly but surely, long term. Yeah, anyway, I'm gone, peace.